Hey everyone, my name is Jeremy Lee. I'm also known as Riot Brightmoon. I'm the executive producer for League of Legends.
And I'm Andre Van Roon, also known as Meddler. I'm the head of League Studio, so I oversee game development for League of Legends, Teamfight Tactics, and Wild Rift.
We're here today to talk a bit about some of the mistakes that we've made. And this isn't just about the season start cinematic, although we'll talk about that a bit. It's just the latest example.
The state of the game, both right now and for a little while, hasn't consistently been what it should be. We've heard that from you. We quite agree with it. There've been some good bits in there. I think the durability update last year and Worlds as a whole were both excellent. But there's a lot of other stuff where we have, by contrast, dropped the ball. Whether that's the lack of the season start cinematic, the overall state of our events feeling a bit too formulaic, the lack of new game modes, or whatever. There's a bunch of places we should be doing better, and doing better in how we communicate that to you.
It's kind of all coming to a head now, because season start is supposed to be this hype, epic, exciting moment that we're all looking forward to. And frankly, we missed on your expectations there. So today we want to share our thoughts on how we got here and what we're going to do next.
League of Legends has historically been a very big priority for Riot, and it very much still is. I can understand that may not always feel the case, though. For us, 2022 was very much a rebuilding year. For various reasons, we had to rebuild a lot of capabilities, rebuild some of the League team, both individual developers and some of its leadership. The good news is that the team's in a much better state now. The bad news is that the state of the game right now reflects where the team was last year, rather than exactly what things are like today.
But, there's also been some things that have happened that aren't related to staffing. And so we want to talk about how we got here, where we're going, and I think best to start with the cinematic for season start.
We know the cinematic is an important key part of season start that a lot of you look forward to. And we fully planned to have a cinematic like we've done in previous years for this year's season start, with the champion-focused, big epic moments, etc. sort of thing. We had the budget for that, we had the right team on that, but we failed to deliver. We're very much going to do one of those for next year's season start. I want to commit to that right now. We also want to commit to doing a much better job of talking with you folks. We knew this was going to be a problem a while back. We should have just been transparent with you all, helped you understand what to expect, rather than ending up with a last-minute surprise here that dashed your expectations.
And it's not like season start is the first event that we've missed the mark on. We have been hearing that events have felt a bit repetitive or lacking some of that twist or special sauce that events used to have.
That events need to have something novel and interesting to actually do, to play, not just a pass to grind or the skins to buy or whatever. And so we think the big missing piece there, in particular based off your feedback, is game modes. League used to have a game modes team, and I think a pretty good one, and we ended up using that team as the foundation for the development of Teamfight Tactics and the ongoing development of it. That was great for Teamfight Tactics as an experience, but at a cost to League.
And we've been gradually rebuilding that modes team, but to be frank, we haven't prioritized it or moved as fast as we should have. The good news, though, now is that we have a modes team who is staffed up and ready to execute. In fact, just this week, we played a prototype for a new game mode a couple days ago, and it's really promising and something that we're hoping to get out to all of you sometime this summer.
So this is a mode that involves 4 teams of 2 who get matched against each other in a series of deathmatch-like rounds. And buy items and level up and so on between rounds. It's a little janky, it's a little rough as a prototype, but we think it's showing a lot of promise. And our current thinking is we'll share some more details about it, some art, etc., probably in March, and then hope to get it out around the middle of the year so that you folks can play that too. Game modes is one of the places where we'll probably have more changes that we make to the game and ship in the shorter term. In addition to that, though, we're also making a number of longer-term investments in League, kicking off some much larger projects too.
Everyone at Riot, the League of Legends dev team included, of course, wants League to be a thriving, evolving, exciting game for many years to come. And so you might have heard recently that Nicolo, the Riot CEO, talked about how League is going to have the biggest year of funding that it's ever had. And that's because it's true. And that's great. That's great for the game, and that reflects the level of long-term investment that we want to make. And one place that maybe we should start talking about more is the investment that we have in our underlying technology that unlocks a lot of things that we do.
The benefits of some of that stuff, well, you'll hopefully see in 2023. A lot of it will be multiple year projects as well, though. This can cover things from how we make art and create or modify maps, to how our anti-cheat works, updating that, our engine's capabilities,
our server and hardware capacity that allows us to do things like take over operations in Southeast Asia. There is a ton of work happening that is investment into our long-term growth of the game.
And building on that, there's an overarching theme, I think, here of communication, that we need to consistently do a good job of talking with you folks, transparently and openly about what matters the most to you, what you care about in the game. Updating you when things are going well and when they're going badly, be that the state of the meta or events or game modes or esports updates, whatever it be.
And it's not just the big struggles or big things that we need to communicate on, it's the simple things too. For example, making sure that you all know when ranked is starting, clearly in the client, clearly in advance. So both Andre and I are committing to having more regular communication with all of you. You'll also be hearing more from the dev team on what they're working on and what's exciting and what's in store in the coming weeks and months.
If you've got thoughts on what format you'd like to see that stuff in, is that high production videos every so often? Is that quick videos like this one? Is that blog posts? Is that social media? Please let us know.
Big part of communication, though, of course, is listening. So we want you to know that we are listening to you. And we're grateful, honestly, that you're so passionate about League and making sure that we know what you want in terms of making League of Legends the best game it can be.
Very much listening to your feedback. We're working to incorporate that into game. We're going to keep both, sharing our thoughts with you and hearing yours in return, of course. But at the end of the day, we also know that ultimately it's actions, not words, that matter here.
Thank you for listening to us today.
Thank you all.